Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. It's Monique Renee, and I know it's been a hot minute again since I uploaded a video. I keep flip-flopping between uploading really regularly and unregularly, but things have just been a little crazy right now. And that's something I kind of want to talk about, so heads up, this video is going to be about the the elephant in the room, the state of things, the current events going on. So if you would rather skip this kind of content, which I totally understand, feel free to do so, or play music over this video if you still want to see the art. But yeah, that's kind of what's been on my mind lately, and I feel like I just need to vomit all of my feelings out onto the internet, so that is what I'm going to do. For the art for this video, I kind of just threw up in my sketchbook. That's like the only way I know how to describe this. I knew I wanted to paint something with a lot of plants, a lot of florals, because plants are kind of my happy place, especially right now. So I just wanted to, honestly, I just wanted to paint a sad girl surrounded by flowers. So that's what I did. It's really messy. It's really sketchy. I just kind of started off with a sketch in my watercolor Strathmore sketchbook, and I just slapped watercolors on top of it, and there wasn't a lot of forethought that went into it. I kind of just let my hands do what I felt that they needed to do, and the result isn't awful. It's not something I'm super proud of, but it felt good to create art for the first time in a few weeks. So I think this is a good jumping off point to kind of getting back into art. So yeah, this is messy and it's not the best, but I'm proud of it anyway because I did it. I did the hard thing. Okay, so as you all know, of course, everything going on with the global pandemic, which it's so insane that that's even a sentence that I'm saying, I've just been really struggling a lot. And I know probably a lot of you guys are too. I know a lot of you also struggle with mental health and physical health. A lot of you are chronically ill like me. And for us, it's a really scary and hard time. And I'm kind of incapable of thinking about anything else right now. But I'm also feeling really alone. And I know that a lot of you are too. And I kind of really just wanted to make this video, one, to kind of just talk about how I'm feeling, and two, to check in with you guys and see how you are all doing. My favorite thing about YouTube always has been creating a little community of people, and I feel like, especially with the people who watch my videos, we're all kind of in the same boat. We're all kind of similar in that we struggle together, and my favorite thing is connecting with other people and sharing our struggles and, you know, helping us kind of be more in tune with how we're feeling and kind of going about things in a more positive and productive way. And I haven't been doing that lately. I've been doing a lot of isolating, both socially and kind of isolating myself from even being on the internet and talking to my friends and even creating things. I've just kind of been really stagnating, and a lot of that is because of my mental health. You guys know that I struggle with panic disorder and depression, and it's only natural that with the state of things going on that I'm having a pretty bad flare-up in both of those things. Just the world is really scary right now, and it's hard for me to deal with, and I'm kind of paralyzed by my own anxiety, and I think that's kind of relatable to some people, especially those of us who, you know, struggle with these kind of things. And it's just rough. It's just rough right now. I haven't been going to therapy either because I just moved and I haven't set up a therapist appointment yet. And at this point, I'm too scared to go out into the world to look for a new therapist because of the virus going on. I don't want to leave my house at all. So it's just a lot of mess, a whole lot of mess. And it's not been fun. And I've noticed that I've kind of just been spiraling the last few weeks. And I know that's something that is not uncommon with mental disorders, is the kind of just snowball effect of where you start feeling bad and then before you know it, you're kind of incapable of getting off the couch and dishes have been piling up for weeks and the trash hasn't been taken out and you haven't showered in like 3 days, and it's not healthy. It's not a good way to, deal with your depression, but it happens, and it's been happening to me, and I'm trying to be kinder to myself and to go easy on myself for slipping back into these kind of habits. And yeah, it's just been rough. So I'm desperately trying to claw my way out of this mental state that I am in, and it's rough. But I think that talking about my feelings, even if it's to the void that is the internet, is a good first step. And I would like to hear how you all are doing. And if you guys have been struggling with the same kind of thing, maybe we can struggle together and talk about our feelings and cry together. So I really, really, really genuinely want to know how you all are doing and how you're all faring with this. Another thing that kind of adds to my anxiety, I guess, is the fact that I am chronically ill, which I haven't talked about on this channel for a hot minute. But yeah, I struggle with a chronic lung disease, and the pandemic is like something that targets the lungs. I'm laughing, but I'm actually crying. So I'm just honestly terrified. I think the fear is kind of subsiding the more that this goes on, but especially like the first few weeks of like learning about this and like seeing like what it actually does to people. Yeah, it was really, really scary because I already have shitty lungs. My lungs already have permanent damage on them. So something like this is just like, oh no, that could be really bad. So I'm taking just a lot of extra precautions to make sure that I stay healthy, or relatively healthy, relatively virus-free. And I know a lot of you guys are also chronically ill because we kind of connect on that sort of way. I know a lot of you guys who watch my videos found me because we have similar struggles when it comes to being chronically ill. And I feel like there's a whole other layer of anxiety and fear for us when it comes to this, because it's weird because we're already used to being sick, right? And we're already used to kind of being hyper aware of illness and taking precautions so we don't put ourselves in vulnerable situations, right? And just the fact that it's so weird because seeing everyone else react to things in terms of like infection prevention is interesting, because people are like wearing masks for like the first time in their lives, and they think it's weird, and they're like more aware of like the infections that they could be spreading. And it's kind of funny because for me, that's how I've lived my entire life. Like I wear masks whenever I go to the hospital, and I'm in special isolation rooms in the hospital because I don't want to infect anyone else. And just like, it's interesting to see the societal impact of that, and how people who aren't chronically ill are dealing with this kind of stuff that's so normal to me. And it's kind of opening my eyes to, now this is going to get off topic, but it's kind of opening my eyes to like kind of everyday ableism that chronically ill people face, and how just healthy people really have no idea what it's like to be sick all the time. So that's also kind of been ruminating in the back of my mind and making me more angsty, I guess. But this is mental power that I don't need to expend right now, so I'm trying to like let that go and not dwell on it too much. But the point I was trying to make is that I understand the struggle of being chronically ill during a pandemic and how absolutely terrifying that is. So I just want anyone to know who is struggling that I am here and I understand, and I'm going to keep an eye on my DMs if you would like to DM me and talk about things, or you can comment here in the comments and I'll be responding to as many as I possibly can, because chronic illness is already so isolating, and I've talked about that a lot, but what's going on is a whole other layer of isolating, and it's really shitty, and no one should have to feel like they have to do it alone. And I know how comforting it is to have someone who understands, and it would make me, nothing would make me happier than being that person for you guys who have supported me and who I consider like my actual friends, like dear friends. I love all of you. If I can talk to you a little bit and lend an ear and be an understanding person for you, then that's what I want to be. And that's kind of the whole point of this video, is that I don't want to shy away from how I'm feeling about the world right now, and neither should you. You should be able to freely talk about how you're feeling, even if those feelings are, bad feelings. It's important to feel them, and important to not shove them down too hard. So I'm here, I am listening, and I want to know how you're doing. I have been trying very hard to distract myself, and I actually haven't been able to create art because of, aforementioned mental illness. So I've actually been doing a lot of gardening, and I think I'll take the time at the end of this video to say something a little positive, because this video's been kind of a downer. But I've been gardening a ton, and actually the plants I'm drawing in this video are plants that I'm actually growing. So I've been growing sunflowers, I've been growing mammoth sunflowers, and guys, they are getting so big, like gigantic. I'll try to put a picture up right here so you guys can see them. They're huge. I just planted gladioluses that are beginning to sprout. I've planted bells of Ireland. I have planted cosmos, what else? A whole bunch of stuff. I've planted so many, and they're not sprouting yet besides the gladioluses and the sunflowers. So I'm really excited to see them kind of like sprout up and become plants. I'm finding so much joy in gardening. I've also been growing a lot of herbs. My basil plant is pretty large, and I've been having fresh basil with a lot of my meals, which is fantastic. Highly recommend. My pea plant is finally producing peas, and it's so fun to just snap them right off the plant and eat them. They're so delicious. My lavender is doing well. It hasn't bloomed yet, but hopefully it will soon. If you guys would like plant update videos, I would love to make them. Just let me know. And I will try to be more present here on YouTube, and I guarantee my next video will be a bit more uplifting. It felt really good to kind of just air my feelings out for a little bit, so I appreciate you guys listening to me and giving me a platform to do so, because it really does help. So that is going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and yeah, please let me know how you're feeling and how you're doing. I genuinely love you all. Please be safe out there. Please wash your hands, damn it. And yeah, I think I'm gonna sign off now. That's it. So I love you guys, be safe, and I'll talk to you all really soon. Bye guys.